It's haunted.
And hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to Anyway It's Haunted. I'm Chris, and sitting right next to me is Ashley.
Hey.
And across from me, Monster Mac. We're here to talk about scary stuff.
Uh-huh.
I hope you guys are ready.
Yeah.
It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
No, we can't steal that. That's copyrighted.
Oh no.
Yeah, hey, what's up? We're your podcast that you listen to, and we talk about paranormal stuff, like urban legends and folklore,
Oh.
Yeah.
like haunted places and
Wow.
cursed places and things.
Yeah.
And we read your stories that you write, that you've experienced, things that you think, dreams that you've had. Talk a lot about sleep paralysis.
Mm-hmm.
Only 2 out of 3 people in this room have experienced it, thankfully. But, yeah. Here we are.
Yeah. Still holding out.
No, we don't want it. We just went on a nice walk
Yeah.
as the sun was setting.
There's a loud, tiny cat in the other room.
Yeah.
So loud.
It's very relatable.
So tiny.
We saw some bats on our walk.
Yeah, there was like a swarm of them.
A swarm of bats.
Swarm
That's
of
terrifying.
bats.
We talked about birthday parties.
Eh.
We got 2 birthday parties coming up.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. I'm gonna Leslie Nope them. So you'll just sit back and watch.
You're gonna take control.
I'm here to take control, and I'm here to make it fun for everyone, including the birthday person.
I'm excited.
Yeah. I got it. I got it up my sleeve.
No matter what, at least one birthday, hopefully we're doing s'mores.
Yes.
Okay.
Don't worry about it.
All right.
Mind your own business.
S'mores a go-go.
What?
I said s'mores a go-go.
Yeah. I like that.
Oh, by the way, I got in touch with the IG, and apparently if the email is messed up, they can't do anything.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
And I don't know how to delete our old Instagram, so I want to delete it before we start a new one. So that's still in the works.
Yeah.
So sorry you can't see pictures for right now.
Sad.
We will...
And you've never heard of this email before?
The thing is, it won't show me all of the email.
Oh my god.
It only shows me parts of it.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So...
What is the email?
I can't remember. I don't know. I haven't checked in a while. But, yeah. So that's a thing. Anyway, we'll figure it out. I'm not too worried about it. I'm just happy to be here.
Yeah.
I want to say hi to all our international listeners.
Hey, guys.
Bonjour.
Guten Tag.
Ni hao.
You can't say that.
No. Yeah.
Hola. Aloha.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody else? Oi.
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 Is that our UK listeners?
No, that's our ska
Pears.
demographic.
The ska demographic.
Yeah.
Oi. 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 So, anyway. I think we're ready to start.
Yeah.
Unless there's anything else. We watched Fifth Element last night.
Oh, yeah.
And Men in Black.
We
Oh,
watched Men in
yeah.
Black as well. We watched Glass as well.
Oh.
I'm so sorry that I brought that up. I kind of forgot.
Should we do a spoiler cast on that? Just like real quick.
Truly, yes. Let's just
Yes,
drag
because
it real
look,
fast.
no, you need to know. You deserve to know that there is
Dear
literally
listener.
no reason to go see that awful movie.
Well, they can't go see it anywhere because it's literally been on Netflix for like ever.
Unless
Or not on Netflix, but
you saw Unbreakable and Split and you were like, these are the worst characters in the world. I hate them so much. I
Somehow,
want
if
to
you
see
hated
them die.
right. So, spoiler alert. So don't listen here if you haven't seen Glass and you actually care about it, but for some reason haven't seen it yet.
You have 5 seconds to pause. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Peter Patter.
So M. Night Shyamalan.
He really
realized-
outdid himself.
Yeah,
he took a hot steaming dookie on
Language.
a script. Sorry, children. They don't know what dookie is.
He was looking over his entire work, and he's like, "Good, yes,
I must destroy.
they hate me."
All this going to
And then, like, he noticed that the Rotten Tomato scores were oddly positive for two specific movies, and he's like, "This can't be. No. How could you like this?"
Is he the most like avant-garde artist that just wants everyone to hate his stuff?
I
No,
would
he's
think
not.
so.
No.
I don't know.
He just
He did make
really goofed.
That's true.
He goofed, man.
He
goofed.
did more than goofed.
He
just
goofed.
from beginning to end. He just made a bad
It
thing.
It was so bad.
You know, his obsession with twists is what's finally got me. It's just that final nail in the coffin.
But the twist is so bad.
That's exactly my point.
Like,
is
you
like
can't-
you could have a perfectly fine movie without having to be like, but I'm M. Night Shyamalan.
What's the Shyamalan twist?
Oh, okay.
There it is. What is it?
It's just the fact that there's a secret society. Look, the whole thing is like he sets up a movie that is like, because it's funny because it's the same twist he's trying to make with the first one with Unbreakable, which is superheroes, they don't exist, or do they?
Like halfway through the movie, they're like the woman is like, "No, you guys can't do that. That's impossible."
In Glass, not an Unbreakable.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like she's just like giving them reasons why they can't do it when like it's really odd. Like you feel like he's trying to feed you that
Right.
oh yeah, this possibly could be all in their head. When you watch those movies
with
knowing full
after
well
two
that,
movies
like,
that literally showed off like, oh, the twist in these movies is that these things are legitimately
Also,
real.
Yeah.
also in the beginning of Glass, you see them like use their powers
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
So like you're seeing not only in the previous two movies, but also specifically in this movie.
I'm sorry, but in Split, he takes a shotgun to the chest, and it does.
no, it was wet bullets, man.
It
Wet
like
bullets.
bruises him, and you know, like to even I don't.
Yeah.
Go on, M. Night. Go on and do your little Google search and be like, I found a guy that says here that you can in fact take a shot to the chest if the bullets are wet. No, that's not out there.
Yeah.
I invite you, M. Night Shyamalan, to come to my house and
and shoot you with the
shoot
shotgun
me
with
with
wet
a shotgun.
bullets.
Oh, there we go.
I don't know.
You're like, it's
That's
okay,
our
they're
first
wet.
square up.
Stand still.
Square up corner.
Don't flinch. And yeah, so like the stupid twist wasn't even a twist. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah. And
Why-
it all happened too quickly. It all happened way too fast. And then you were just like, wait, and now they're dead? And then that was it.
Yeah.
Oh, well yeah. But like the idea of a secret society being formed to stop the spread of superhero abilities is just like I don't understand your motivation. Like why?
It was because they didn't want to the superheroes they thought incited a lot of the things that the superheroes
Destruction and blah,
stopped.
blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We were thinking they were stopping, but really they're inciting it.
Okay.
It's
You
and
know?
the stupidest thing is like, and shame on you for this, M. Night. It's been done so often before. I'm trying to think of the specific superhero. There's somebody who's like, if I'm around, trouble will come. I think it's like an old Superman
Hitch.
comic.
Not Hitch.
Hitch is kind
Not
of an
Hitch, not
example.
Hitch, not Hitch.
It's a terrible example, but it's kind of an example.
You mean like Hancock?
Hancock.
Hancock?
Yes,
Sorry,
not
Hitch. Yeah, no, Hitch is the perfect example.
Not Hancock.
The more he hooks people up, the more destruction there is.
Oh, wow.
No, it's like an old Superman comic where he's like, I realize now. No, you know what it is?
what?
It's Dragon Ball Z. There's literally a moment in like the Cell saga where Goku dies in the process of blowing up Cell or something like that. And like,
Yeah.
okay, we're gonna wish you back now. And he's like, wait, no. Because I'm like the strongest guy in the universe, and every time I'm alive on Earth, people come and blow up Earth, and they're like, never thought about it that way before. And he's like, I'm just gonna stay in like
In
Heaven?
Heavenland?
Heavenland, where we get to have fighting tournaments all the time because we're dead
On
I
that
don't
tiny
know.
planet?
Cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, and it's been done in that. It's been done in so many things. The idea of superheroes are actually technically bad because there's so much destruction that comes along with it. I mean,
Yeah.
come on, it's a trope. We've been there.
It is weird to see like he made a movie he wanted so badly to be a comic book movie, but it doesn't seem like he actually knows anything about comic
Yeah.
books because those tropes are so well worn that like like cynical comics have been done to death.
Yeah.
So like, I don't understand. Like, and the part where they're in the comic shop and there's like the section for heroes and sections for villains, and like you're just like, what?
It doesn't work.
You
like
don't
that.
actually know what a comic shop looks like, do you? I don't know. It's really bizarre.
I'm going to be corrected here, probably by Izzy, but I
Hi,
don't
Izzy.
think. I'm not saying there's a fact. I'm just saying I don't think, because I was trying to. The first time you mentioned that, I was like, are there any standalone comics that are just about the Joker? And I don't think so. I think he's featured in a lot of different ones, and I know for a fact Harley Quinn has comics, but the thing is, she's like an anti-hero more than she is a villain. I don't know of any comics that are strictly about true villains. Horrible people, yes. There's Spawn comics. There's, the Punisher has his own like dirty way of doing things. Like, there's tons of bad people. But I don't think there's specific comics. I really don't think there's any specific comics that are just like, this is the bad guy comic.
Yeah.
It's the villain. Like, maybe a special. Because, like, even the laughing joke is about the Joker, but it's still from Batman's perspective. So it's like, I don't know. It's so stupid. It's so M. Night. And the thing is, here's the worst part about it is the movie isn't called, Supreme Matchup, Psychopath and Strongman Go Fight. It's called Glass.
Yeah.
Which implies that, this third movie in this trilogy is supposed to be all about Elijah, Mr. Glass.
Or at least that he would have a line before, like, the last, like, third of the movie.
Oh, man. If your movie goes 30 straight minutes, I think even 45 straight minutes without your main character doing anything, what are you doing?
But he was just faking. He was faking
He was
being
faking
catatonic.
it, man. He was, even though they tried to drug him, he still made it.
Yeah.
His mind's still there. That's how
So
intelligent he
stupid.
is.
His
That's how it
twist,
is.
so the thing is, you're supposed to be like, even if he's the villain, you're supposed to have like this like triumphant moment whenever she realizes what he did and she screams in the hallway. But I was just so perturbed by it. I was like, I don't care about you or your goals. They're all dead.
Yeah.
I don't care that he got a last quick one on you.
Yeah.
No, that's so stupid.
And his last quick one is, hey, this video will go viral for like a week.
Literally.
Seriously.
And in the real world, that's
Seriously.
exactly what it'd be like.
Yeah.
Seriously.
It'll
Oh
show
my
up on
gosh.
like Huffington Post and they'll be like, are these people magical?
And you know what's the saddest thing is that like the
10 Photoshop masters show you why this is a fake.
yeah. It's like nothing that can't be explained.
Yeah.
Like literally we've had people in Florida that have taken bath salts and like it took like 8 police officers just to start to get them down. You could post a video and be like, superhuman? Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I know.
It'll be on Fact or Faked.
Yeah, fact or
Yeah.
fake. Fake or fake.
The thing is, they killed the Watcher. What do they call him? The Hoverer.
The hover.
What is it?
Mr. Twinkletoes
Mr.
or whatever. Yeah, Mr. Tiptoe. Whatever
What is
the
it? What do
weird
they call
name
it? I
is.
think it's called the I think that's not the Watcher. What is it?
I think it is the Watcher.
The Visitor.
I don't know. I just call him
Right.
Mr. Unbreakable.
Who do they call?
Oh,
Bruce Willis.
oh, right. The something. It was like the something Guardian or something like that.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter because they never
Yeah.
they never mentioned in his movie.
Yeah,
Like,
no. In his movie, it's
he's
just
not
the
called anything in
raincoat
his movie.
guy.
Yeah, anyway, so they drown him in a puddle
Yeah.
of water.
Stupid.
They drowned him in a puddle and they actually
I
kill
don't-
him. And I was like, he's going to come
Yeah.
back. He's going to do a push up and then he's going to
Yeah.
win.
Yeah.
It raised
And
more
no,
questions
they killed him.
than
They killed him.
answers.
They killed him. They
If you were
drowned
ho-
that man in a
yeah.
puddle.
If you were hoping for like one giant epic showdown, it's he gets thrown into a tank of water, falls out, and then some random guy literally
With
drags
the
him over.
shamrock tattoo
to-
on his wrist.
my
Yeah, he drags him over to a tiny puddle and drowns him.
Yeah.
And like that's the point where you really think like M. Night Shyamalan is just really taking a dump on your face, like in
Yeah.
your eyes. Like it's
Yeah.
so stupid.
Yeah. And then that's it. After, the video goes
I mean,
viral.
I knew it was
in a train
crap from the
station.
moment that she was like, "If you come with us, if I say your real name, David, if you come with us, people don't have to get hurt anymore."
Yeah.
What?
When in reality, he could just like walked out.
Yeah, you just
There's nothing
walk,
stopping
walk
him.
away, man. Wait, no, you're fake. You're fake.
Yeah. Shoot him.
Okay, and that's oh my gosh. Yeah, we could spend the next 3 hours talking about this, and I think we need to just.
Yeah, it's a bad movie. Guys.
It's an awful movie.
It's a bad movie. If you treasure in any way those characters, do not watch this movie.
Yeah.
This
And the
movie's
thing
trash.
is, I will give him this much. There is 10 minutes of, like, good movie in there from, like, whenever he proves that he was faking the catatonic thing and he, like, cuts the guy all the way up to, like, I'm going to suit up.
Yeah.
He's got the purple on. He's working with,
Yeah.
Captain Creep. And I'm like, okay, I
Yeah,
think we have the
was like-
makings of something great here. And then just plummets.
That was like genuinely the only part in the movie where I was like, oh,
Okay.
all right. Oh, well,
I just
he
want
is
to
glass.
it's
say,
getting better.
I just want to say, Bruce Willis, James McAvoy, and Samuel L. Jackson truly were too good for that movie.
Oh yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Truly were
sure.
too good. Anytime they were on screen, I was like, wow, look at this. This is amazing. I love it. This is exactly what I'm looking for. And then they would say some stupid line, or poor Sarah Paulson would have to come on and say those horribly written monologues. She accepted the role without looking at the script.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently,
bad news.
maybe he wrote it through one night and then there were never any rewrites because that was the worst written script ever. And I saw
Yeah.
Detective Pikachu.
Wow.
Hey, you better be careful.
Hold on
there.
there. Hold on a second.
I am not
Let's
taking that back.
let's walk it back. There were some plot issues, maybe with some parts of Detective Pikachu.
Major plot issues,
but
lots of questions.
it
In a
incites
children's movie.
emotion. It's very charming,
It's nostalgic.
Yes.
They're just they are playing on your nostalgia.
and I
Hey,
love it.
What the heck?
No.
No. It is not just playing on it. It was a good movie for
think-
what it set out with a goal, and it achieved that goal, in my opinion.
Yeah, they might be playing on it a little, but they're also like in like putting it in this vision of an actual world that I wanted as a kid, and
Yeah.
that they're actually realizing that vision.
That's what they delivered on. Was literally all I wanted. I could care less about the plot. All I wanted was to have that actual vision of, look, Pokemon, people, how does it work side by side?
We don't know because they don't explain it.
That's the good thing.
And then the
If they
story
were- if
doesn't
they-
make sense.
If they were, you're one of those people that if you were in the test audience, they'd be like, well, maybe we do need to make, maybe we do
And
need
maybe
to make
they
this
did.
like every single
they
other video
did.
game movie and be like, what is a Pikachu? I'll tell you. I,
mean,
am an electric
That's not what I
mouse.
needed. That's not what I needed.
The thing about Pokemon is, if you think about any part of it long enough, like it doesn't really make
yeah,
sense.
no.
So, like the fact that you can suspend your disbelief enough to enjoy this movie, I think is
Literally,
I couldn't do that. I think
literally,
that's it.
there is
I just wasn't able to.
There's a Pokemon move called Bite. When you think about it, if I had to sit there and watch Charizard actually take a chunk out of Pikachu because he's using the move Bite, we would be in serious trouble.
Yeah.
Which is why, I mean, like, suspension of disbelief. You just, okay, whatever,
a lot of fire in that movie.
A lot of
It's-
fire.
It's hard to believe no one was just reduced to ashes and like.
And
was
let me
like
just
some
say,
random
something
bystander.
amazing came out of that movie. This is not a spoiler to the plot because people should still see the movie, but the actor Bill Nye, not the science guy, the better one, the cool
Bill Nye.
one. Bill Nye appears in the movie at some point. After filming, he was like, I don't know what a Pokemon is, but I really want to know. They gifted him one of those old toy Pokédexes.
Oh, wow,
That
okay.
literally is like, this is a Voltorb. The
Yeah.
Voltorb is the sphere Pokemon. And he got obsessed and he downloaded Pokemon Go and like now he's like I really like Pokemon.
That's
I'm like,
interesting.
okay, Bill Nye, okay.
They
You don't
sold him.
strike me as the Pokemon type, but okay. He could be a real life gym leader. I'll take it. But yeah, so Detective Pikachu, at least two people in this room do.
Yeah.
Two big nostalgic thumbs up.
Yep.
See,
If you
the thing, I'll meet you halfway with this. I am skeptical about what they say they want to do with Pokemon Red because they were like, "Oh, we already have a sequel in the works." And
yeah.
I'm like, I don't know how you would make that work. I like Detective Pikachu for what it is.
Yeah.
And the fact that they're like, "Oh yeah, we could do."
I feel like as a one-off, it's really interesting and really well done, or pretty well done. I think as like if you're trying to do like some sort of like Pokemon Red epic like movie, like I don't think you can do that in like a child's attention span and
Yeah.
have it be good. I don't know. Yeah.
But anyways, spooky stuff, right?
Oh, also, we saw the trailer for the second part of It.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And it looks freaking terrifying.
Squishy lady.
It looks so terrifying. I watched it by myself during the day, and I was horrified. I fell into the couch and was like, holy crap, something's behind me.
Yeah.
Like, what the heck? This is so freaking scary.
It's pretty creepy. It's a good trailer.
It's so creepy. Yeah, and Bill Hader's in it. I'm excited for
Oh,
Bill
yeah.
Hader.
Bill Hader and James McAvoy.
Oh, yeah!
I thought I saw him.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I was going to see it anyway.
All right. So
Yeah,
is
it's
there
gonna be
anything
awesome.
else? Fifth Element still holds up. 100% great. No problems.
Yeah.
All right. We're all good then.
Can I just say one thing? Bruce Willis at the beginning of Fifth Element. First of all, love him in any movie. Fantastic actor. He does a lot of really quirky stuff. He has a great jawline. I think he is great. Looks great in spandex. That little spandex tank top was doing wonders. His character at the beginning of the movie said something about finding the perfect woman.
Uh-oh.
And then he saw Lilu and was like, she's perfect. Literally one of his lines is, she's tall, she's beautiful, she has beautiful eyes, she has a beautiful body, she's the perfect woman. And this was after the fact that she was just created 24 hours prior,
Yeah.
if even that.
Yeah.
Didn't even speak his language and had no intention of even being with him.
Yeah.
She was like, I'm the supreme, I'm going to save the universe. And he's just like, me kiss you now, you pretty girl. You come to me now, you make me happy. So, yeah, I was pretty disappointed with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it made me really uncomfortable, the part of the movie where he goes, Mommy, Mommy!
What?
Is that, get out of my segment. Get out of my movie review segment, McAnally.
And that's movie reviews with So Anyways Haunted.
Ba-da-ba-ba-doo.
We're sorry.
Up next, we're
So
going to talk
anyway.
about a spooky place.
Yeah, we're actually going to talk about paranormal stuff.
Yeah.
What you got for us this week?
So this week, I'm going to talk about Ross Castle in Ireland.
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 I got my info from the Irish Times and Wikipedia.
Oh, wow.
All right. So, Ross Castle, it's a 15th century tower house and keep on the edge of Lowlian. Lowlian?
Oh, yeah, we're definitely going to pronounce all this wrong.
In Killarney National Park
Killarney.
in Ireland.
Excuse me, sorry.
It is the ancestral home of the O'Donoghue clan. Ross Castle was built in 15th century by the O'Donohues, though ownership changed hands during the Second Desmond Rebellion of the 1580s to the McCarthy Moore. I guess it's a different family. However, legend states that Mr. O'Donoghue leapt or was sucked out of the window of the grand chamber at the top of the castle and disappeared into the waters of the lake along with his horse.
It was like, make a sucking noise, McAnally. No, more like a...
He was sucked through a keyhole into the into the waters of the lake along with his horse, his table, and his library.
What?
No.
It is said that O'Donoghue.
Wait, I'm sorry, his library?
Yeah.
So all of his books?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Each one of them were sucked out of the window? Or did it fall into the sea? Like, did his room fall into the sea?
Maybe. I don't know. I think his room's still intact, though.
Huh.
It is said that O'Donoghue now lives in a great palace at the bottom of the lake where he keeps a close eye on everything.
Oh, honey. Okay. It's okay to say goodbye.
Okay.
Yeah. The castle itself is specifically built to last and be defended. So here's
As opposed to those castles that are just one-offs.
yeah. Well,
like,
it's really weird. This castle isn't meant for like a large, like army and like royal family, and it's not like a chateau. It's a pretty, I guess, in terms of castles, it's pretty small. It's only meant for like one family and their servants, and so like I guess to have all of this defensive stuff I'm about to mention seems kind of, I don't know, it seems a little strange, but I guess it makes sense.
Interesting.
The front entrance was a small anteroom secured by an iron grill at the outer wall, which is also known as Yett, Y-E-T-T. The yet could be closed from inside via a chain that could then be secured even if the front door was closed. This room provided small side access holes and a murder hole
What?
above which allowed the defenders to attack anybody in the room.
A murder hole.
A murder hole.
Okay. That's me every once every month. Am I right, ladies? Thank you.
No. You're making me uncomfortable.
Murder hole.
Just kidding. The front door on the inside of the anteroom was constructed of 2 layers of thick Irish oak. One layer 90 degrees to the other with the boards riveted together so that if it was like, say, if we were trying to chop it down, it would not split as easily.
Oh.
Windows at the lower levels were vertically thin slits, preventing entrance into the structure, but they allowed people to aim outside with bows and arrows and guns.
Interesting.
The spiral staircase, which I thought this was really weird, located in the front left corner, was built in a clockwise direction. Attackers ascending up would have their sword in their right hand and would be impeded by the center structure of the staircase.
Wow. Okay.
Defenders facing down would have their swords swinging at the outer part of the staircase, giving them an advantage. In addition, the stairs were of uneven height to throw off an attacker's charge
What the
by
heck?
interfering with his gait.
Oh no, that's paranoia.
And there are these things. Hold on. Can I see your phone?
You may.
All right. So this is Ross Castle. It's very nice.
Okay, it's bigger than I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
Wow, that's really big, dude.
Ooh.
It was pretty big.
Quiet the
This
castle.
is like your dream house.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So these...
Well, not with all the improper heights and whatnot.
Yeah, probably. So these are called machicolations.
Okay.
They are stone structures at the top of the castle protruding out from the wall with a hole in the floor so that people can throw stones and boiling oil on people trying to
My
enter.
Lord. Man, they really loved boiling oil back then.
Yeah, they really did. The castle was amongst the last to surrender to Oliver Cromwell's Roundheads during the Irish Confederate Wars.
Roundheads.
That's
Roundheads.
I know all about it.
So the thing about the Roundheads, I looked it up because I thought it sounded funny. They were supporters of the Parliament of England during the English Civil War.
Oh, so they suppressed the Irish. Oppressed, I mean.
Yeah, well, they were also known as parliamentarians. They fought against King Charles I of England and his supporters.
Oh.
Their goal was basically they don't want a divine ruler governing every aspect of the country.
Oh, libertarians.
They were more for the Parliament having executive sort of control over it, with the king sort of having limited control based on the laws, sort of like Japan does now.
Yeah.
So, the castle was only taken when artillery was brought by boat via the River Lawn, which is, I guess, that giant river right next to it. Lord McCarthy held the castle against Edmund Ludlow, who marched to Ross with 4,000 foot soldiers and 200 horses. However, it was by water that he attacked the stronghold. Weirdly enough, the Irish, for some reason, had a prophecy that Ross could never be taken until a warship could swim on the lake, which was an unbelievable, I guess, idea at the time. And the prophecy goes as followed. Ross may all assault disdain, till on low lane strange ship shall sail.
Oh.
So after the war, the castle became a military barrack until the early 19th century. And in modern days, it is operated by the Office of Public Works. And this weird, like, super defensible castle with weird, like, staircases, you can actually rent the rooms as a bed and breakfast.
Wow.
Yeah. So you can stay at this
Did you look up
castle.
the prices? Did you look up the prices?
I did not.
But you stay the night, and then when you wake up, you look out the window and see just the ugliest, strangest looking ship. And you're like, oh.
And a man in his palace at the bottom of the lake.
Yep.
All right.
Thanks.
So I'm going to talk about the main ghost, supposedly, of this castle. Castle. Her name is Sabina. She is the daughter of the Black Baron.
Oh, okay.
So supposedly one of the bedrooms in the castle is haunted by a heartbroken young woman and is one of the most haunted rooms in the building. According to legend, she was the daughter of Richard Nugent, known as the Black Baron because of his black heart.
Oh, okay.
I tried to look him up, but there was a few different people named Richard Nugent, and I couldn't really find the one. He was furious with Sabina when she fell for the son of an Irish chieftain called Orwin. So in the best Romeo and Juliet tradition, the star-crossed lovers eloped.
And then kill themselves.
Well, they tried to.
Oh, my Lord.
They planned to take a boat across the nearby lake, but the Black Baron got wind of their plans and had poor Orwin drowned.
That's bad.
Yeah, and then she soon died afterwards of a broken heart.
Aw.
Jeez.
This is a quote from the Irish Times article, I believe. To this day, Sabina haunts the castle's walls. Visitors and guests make frequent encounters with her spirit, still in search of her lover, and restless until the day she will be reunited with him.
Oh. I was like, it's fine, just ignore her. Chub Chubs, look, she's already in the room, but we closed the door, and now she wants back in this room. And if we hadn't closed the door, she probably wouldn't have come in here anyway.
Yeah.
But that's just how it goes. All right, we all have cats, we all have pets. Get over it.
All right.
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking.
Wow.
All right,
I'm
fine.
talking
Jeez.
to the audience. I'm like, look, dudes, chill. All right.
So according to the owner, a psychic from America was staying in the room, the haunted room, and felt Sabina's presence so intensely that supposedly she started sobbing as soon as she entered.
Oh.
And another guest left their mark in the guest book when they left.
Does that mean they pooped on it?
They did. No, they didn't. They
No.
They wrote, "How was your stay?" And the person said, "The Black Baron made love to me last night."
No way.
Yeah.
Okay, somebody's messed up. That's not right. Y'all are freaks out here, okay?
And here's just an excerpt from the article as well. Others have seen faces in wardrobes and men sitting at the foot of their beds in the dead of night. Mediums have woken up covered in fresh scratches, while others have detected musky smells and heard church bells ringing out and pianos playing. The only other guests when I stayed were more disappointed by the ghostly no-show. The heavily tattooed pair were so desperate to see a ghost that every wisp of wind, every chill,
It sounds like us.
every door left ajar and light left on is blamed on Sabina. They were super annoying. And that is Ross Castle in Ireland.
Good job.
I'd like to check it out.
Yes, dude.
I just want you guys
just
to
wanna go to
know
Ireland.
that he
Yeah.
walked up to the little door, pawed at it, and when it actually opened, he went,
Yeah, he freaked himself, literally. Opened it, and then when it opened, jumped.
"Oh." So, welcome to the urban legends part of the podcast.
Oh, my lord. Why do we do this?
Up next, the urban legends portion.
And after that, the weather.
Thanks, Dan. Do it.
Here's looking at you, Houston.
The thing is, I try to get Christopher to spew his drink anytime he drinks a liquid. And, I know the things in the moment when I make like a joke or a reference to something, and he laughs at it, I'm like, okay, cool. Next time he drinks something, I'm going to say it while he drinks so that he spews. I've only done it, I think, once ever. Maybe twice ever. Yes, twice ever the entire time I've known you, which has been what, like 11 years.
Yeah?
So we almost got him.
Yeah, almost.
The quote from Portlandia, the one with the lips falling off, that used to be one. It's not
Yeah.
anymore.
What?
Anyway, all right. What do you got for us?
So, last time we spoke about the fact that I had already did studies on this, but considering the circumstances of the Miss Lorraine Warren passing away, I went ahead and did a special. So, let's go ahead and jump back into La Llorona.
La Llorona.
So,
The crying woman.
she really doesn't cry all that often.
You know her personally?
Yeah, we talk.
Oh, okay.
So, the name translates to the weeping woman.
Oh.
Huh, interesting.
Sobbing
Huh.
and
My last
weeping
name is
are
Castañeda.
actually two different things. Anyways, so she is one of Mexico's most famous oral legends. The lore states that
Besides the donkey lady.
there is the donkey lady.
What the heck?
Let us not forget.
Let us not forget the donkey
Do you want to
lady.
give us the
No, I'm
10-second version?
There's a donkey lady, and she's
Hee-haw.
crying on the side of the road. And if men
Wah,
come up to
wah.
her and say, "Hey, what's wrong with you?" she turns around and she has a face of a donkey, and she kills them.
Really, she's just ugly, and it's these men out here in the middle of the night, and she's crying, and she just wants to flash dance it out.
Yeah.
And they keep bothering her, and they say she's ugly, and
So
then she kills
inconsiderate.
them because it's self-defense.
I think she scares them to death.
Yeah.
Well, they have their own issues. Okay. Have you looked in the mirror, honey?
I know several people that are attracted to horses. It wouldn't be a problem.
Oh.
Ew.
No.
I don't know them personally. I just
Ye-
know of them.
Ew. Maybe not horses. Definitely pandas.
Oh.
What are you doing? I didn't say that.
sorry.
I didn't say that. The lore states that a woman was abandoned by her husband and was left alone to raise her two sons.
I'm just absorbing the things that I hear. I'm an innocent
Dos
bystander.
niños.
Yeah.
And out of grief and anger, she threw the boys into the river and killed them.
Okay.
As a
I'm
result
sorry.
of her
Wait,
actions,
I missed it. I was yelling. What'd you say?
her husband left her.
Okay.
And,
And she killed her kids?
Yeah, she was like, I have to raise these boys all by myself. And one of them said, can we go to McDonald's? And she drowned him in the river.
Yeah.
Wow, that's really sad. Wait, when was this supposed to be? Many years ago.
Look, McDonald's has been around a long time. Anyways, as a result of her actions, the woman is condemned to wander for all eternity until she finds the bodies of her children, often causing misfortune to those who are near or hear her.
Oh, so
This-
she steals kids because she's looking for her own.
Yeah, she's like, oh, you
You're
like
not
McDonald's,
mine.
right? And they're like, I love McDonald's. And she grabs them. Don't know why she drowns them. I think you're just supposed to find the kids, lady, but, I guess there
Yeah,
was
wait,
some
why is it her
lost in-
task to
Yeah.
look for
Lost
the
in
children that
translation.
she killed? Wouldn't it be the opposite if someone killed her
Way
kids
to
and she would
go.
look for her kids forever?
Yeah.
Pretty sure that's how that goes.
Yeah.
All is true.
Look,
So-
okay, look, can I just say something? I feel like anytime we do a segment, we're always really skeptical and we kind of try to break apart
I don't know.
these hauntings or these stories or the pictures that we see. We're always like, wow, well, it could have been this.
Yeah.
But
I'm a believer.
I just
I'm a
think,
believer.
well, I'm a believer too.
I don't know.
All right? No, I
starting
believe.
to sound
I believe
like-
so much. You don't even know how much I believe.
I'm kind of starting to believe that you don't really believe.
All I'm saying is I want people to know that just because we're being skeptical or having looking at these things through a skeptic's eye doesn't mean that we don't believe.
I believe.
It's just that I want to look level-headed at it,
Yeah.
Anyway. So she looks for her kids.
And then I saw her face. Oh, I'm sorry.
What is that? Oh, because she's drowning them?
Yeah.
No.
You finally
You
got
can't
it.
take it. No.
No, I said
You finally got it.
Babe.
So, anyways, the story of La Llorona was first recorded before Cortez conquered Mexico. So, some time ago.
Yep.
The oral story represented La
Wait,
Llorona
so it was
as a
like
person,
pre-
legend, ghost, goddess, metaphor, and a symbol.
So it started like sort of colonial, like
Kind of, yeah.
interesting.
I wonder how many ghost stories there are about Cortez, because he definitely sucked as a person.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe there aren't stories because, like, the Aztec spirits just, like, ate his soul or something. Anyways,
I had to do a book report on him in 3rd grade.
I'm so sorry. I did a book report on lemurs. Mine was much more upbeat.
I did
guarantee.
a book report on Satchmo, Louis Armstrong.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think I got the short end of the stick on all those.
So
Give
is
me
it-
give me one fact about Cortez that you remember from
he-
your book report.
He was from Spain.
his feet smelled really bad.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And
Public school.
He was the main villain in The Road to El Dorado.
That is true.
I don't like that movie. I never did.
You know,
I'm just telling the
You
truth
don't like
out here.
Pokemon,
I'm
you
just
don't
telling
like
the
Road
truth.
to El
I like
Dorado.
Pokemon. I just didn't like Detective
Who did I
Pikachu.
marry?
All right.
What's wrong with the Road to El Dorado?
I don't know. I was never into it.
Is it the
all
fact that
I
they're
never watched
gay?
it when I was a kid.
Is that what it is?
I never watched it when I was a
You
kid.
don't like two beautiful Spanish men
Lord.
making goo goo eyes at each other?
Ew.
She does not.
Have you seen my Google searches?
Wow.
Anyway.
Then I saw her search. Now I'm a believer. What a freak.
Yep.
Just keep going. Don't.
The legend is said that in a rural village there lived a young woman named Maria. Now she has a name. Maria La Llorona.
Okay.
She came from a poor family, but was known around her village for her beauty. One day, an extremely wealthy nobleman traveled through her village. Not Cortez. He stopped in his tracks when he saw Maria. Maria was charmed by him, and he was taken by her beauty. So when he proposed to her, she immediately accepted. Maria's family was thrilled that she was getting married into a wealthy family. But the nobleman's father was extremely disappointed that his son was marrying into poverty. Maria and her new husband built a house in the village to be away from his disapproving father. Eventually, she gave birth to 2 sons. Her husband was always traveling and began to stop spending time with his family. When he came home, he only paid attention to the sons and had passed Maria. And as time passed, Maria could tell that her husband was falling out of love with her. One day, he returned to the village with a younger woman and told his sons farewell, completely ignoring Maria. Maria, angry and hurt, took her children out to the river and drowned them in a blind rage. She realized what she had done and searched for them, but the river had already carried them away. Days later, she was found dead on the riverbank. Legend challenged that at the gates of heaven for... legends challenged... What? She was not permitted to enter the afterlife until she finds them. Stuck between the land of the living and the land of the dead, she spends eternity looking for her lost children. She is always heard weeping for her children, earning her the name La Llorona. It is said that if you hear her crying, you are to run the opposite way. If you hear her cries, they could bring misfortune or even death. Many parents in Latin America use this story to scare children from staying out too late.
Oh, really?
No way. I don't believe it. Skeptical. She kidnaps wandering children at night, mistaking them for her own. She begs the heavens for forgiveness and drowns the children that she kidnaps.
Oh my gosh.
And thus the Lord said.
So, I don't understand.
Wait, does she
that
drown
motive.
you if you're not her kid? Is
Yeah.
that what it is? It's like, oh, I thought it was
Well-
mine. Now you die.
Yeah. I mean, she's never gonna find her kids alive, so like, why is she looking for
It's her task.
life?
It's her task, remember? She can't move on. You know?
Yeah.
I guess.
I don't know, man. I'm upset. I'm bummed out.
Yeah.
I'm bummed out, dude. First of all, the kids got the rotten end of that stick. Not only do they not have a dad, they have a mom who's not interested in raising them, and their dad comes back and just says goodbye, I'm starting a new family, peace, and then your mom kills you.
Yeah.
Like,
What
wow.
a day, am I right?
It's pretty bad.
Yeah, it's
So
bad. I don't
some
like
some
it.
believe those who hear the wails of La Llorona are marked for death or misfortune, similar to the Gaelic banshee legend.
Oh, no.
Among her wails, she is noted as crying "Ah, mijos," which translates to "Oh, my children." She scrapes the bottom of the rivers and lakes, searching for her sons. It is said that her wails sound near, as she is actually far away, or when she sounds distant, she's actually very
Oh,
near.
Wow.
interesting.
I wonder if they're going to use that in the movie.
That's the only
Dude,
part.
we got to see that in the trailer. Is that what you're going to say?
What? No, that's the only part. Reading this the second time that put chills up my spine.
Yeah.
There's something about being tricked about the distance of things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what gets me.
Yeah.
It's nothing else. You yourself don't scare me. It's the fact that it's like,
Right here.
No, we got to see La Llorona this weekend.
Yeah, we should do it.
Yeah, and then we'll
and
review
then
it.
we'll movie review it.
Oh,
There we go.
it's a date.
Aw.
So, the origins of La Llorona. Although the legend of La Llorona is closely associated with Mexico, it is also known in other regions of Central and South America. She is sometimes identified as La Malinche, the Nahua woman who served as Cortez' interpreter and mistress who bore his children.
Whoa.
Told you!
Interesting.
Cortez. That
Okay.
guy sucks. And some say she was betrayed by the Spanish conquistadors. In one folk story, she became Hernan Cortez' mistress and bore him a child, only be abandoned so that he could marry a Spanish lady. Although no evidence exists that she killed her children. Aztec pride drove La Minche to acts of vengeance. In context, the tale compares the Spanish discovery of the New World and the demise of indigenous cultures at the conquest of La Llorona's lost. No, you can't blame all that on, no. Stories of weeping female phantoms are common in folklore in both European and indigenous American cultures. Really? Look more into that later. Scholars have been pointing out similarities between La Llorona and... oh, gosh.
Oh, dear.
I believe it is Chiacotl of the Aztec mythology, as well as Eve and Lilith of the Old World mythology.
Oh.
All right.
The earliest published reference to La Llorona is in a sonnet written by Mexican poet Manuel Carpio in the late 1800s. The poem makes no reference to infanticide, rather that La Llorona is identified as the ghost of a woman who was murdered by her husband.
Oh.
Two different things.
Yeah. So is that the earliest recorded mention of her?
Yeah, that's
And
all
when
I
was
got
that?
to. That was in they just say the late 1800s.
I wonder
Okay.
when the addition of her killing her children came.
Yeah. Well, because women are always demonized, dude.
Yeah.
It's always like this woman went through this horrible traumatic thing and was 100% a victim, but really she killed her kids. Her husband was just trying to be happy.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
And then, real quick, we'll just do the pop culture stuff. The plot of the 1961 movie The Curse of the Crying Woman involves the resurrection of the spirit of La Llorona. La Llorona appears as the main antagonist in the 2007 movie J. O'Kell. Okay. La Llorona appears as the monster of the week in NBC's TV series Grimm in the 9th episode of the second season, which first aired in October 2012. In the storyline, she's a ghost-like creature who appears in different cities around Halloween, always luring 3 children to a point where the river meets, attempting to sacrifice them to regain her kids.
Wow.
Let's see. La Llorona appears as the first antagonist in the 2005 pilot episode of Supernatural.
Oh, weird.
Huh. Let's see. She is briefly mentioned in the 1973 Mexican film Leyendas Macabras de la Colonia. La Llorona is mentioned and appears in several episodes of El Chavo de Ocho. Let's see. She appears as the main antagonist of the Mexican animated film La Leyenda de la Llorona. Here, La Llorona is portrayed as a more sympathetic character, with her children's death coming as an accident rather than at her own hands. Animated. I'm going to look that up in a minute.
Yeah.
1995 Mexican playwright wrote Unconquered Spirits, which uses the myth of La Llorona as a plot device. The play has 2 time periods. Act 1 taking place in 16th century Mexico after Spain occupied it. Here, Lopez takes inspiration from the La Malinche variation, with the heroine represented as a young Aztec girl who is brutally raped by a Spanish friar. She gives birth to twin boys as a result and drowns them in the river out of protection rather than spite. Act 2 takes place in 1938 amidst San Antonio's pecan shellers strike. A widowed mother who works at the pecan factory has an abortion after being raped by her white supervisor, resulting in a visit from La Llorona to give her strength to fight back against her attacker.
Oh, my lord.
The play is well noted for its sympathetic portrayal of La Llorona as a victim of oppression.
I would love to see that.
I literally saw it. It was one of the shows that was
What?
at UIL this year.
Oh.
What?
Yeah.
That is way too much for kids.
Oh, yeah, it was. Oh, yeah, it was.
There was rape in that?
Yep.
And murder?
Yep.
Oh, my lord. Wait, was it good? Was
Yeah,
the show itself
they
good?
they didn't advance, but they should have.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Was it scary? Did she look scary?
She was, yeah. She was. They had fog and everything. And,
Ooh.
yeah.
That's sick.
That's pretty cool.
And then, of course, April 2019, the Curse of La Llorona film 6th installment in the Conjuring universe. Shame on you guys. This shouldn't be a thing.
Wait, it's in the Conjuring universe?
Yep.
Yeah. From
know
the
how.
producers of the
Holy
Conjuring.
crap, it's literally on the TV right here. Our Apple TV shows movie posters.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
And that is La Llorona.
Wow.
All right.
Okay, we'll see it this weekend and we'll tell you guys what we think.
Oh, yeah. And then after we'll see Dumbo.
Oh, yeah. Danny DeVito, he was like, when I made the movie, I cried. The elephant, he has these ears.
Did he really?
No.
Okay. I can picture him saying that.
He was like, I was really drunk the entire movie.
Yeah. I can see him saying that too.
What? Okay.
And they said,
All right.
"Hey, Mr. DeVito, are you ever gonna like sign on for like the live action Hercules that's gonna have to happen in like 3 years so they can keep the copyright claims?" And he's like, "I never heard of the movie. What's the Hercules?" Like, you were literally the little guy. Like, I'm not a little guy.
He didn't come back for Kingdom Hearts 3.
No, he did not. He went,
He's not going to come back for live action Hercules.
heck no.
We gotta
What
we
is
gotta
that?
plug it in, Bray.
Oh, you know what that means. Time for our Reader's Corner.
All right.
Everything is under control.
Thank you, babe. Oh, vegan underscore coach underscore. I'm sorry, coach underscore rad. Excuse me. Just started following me on Instagram. Apparently, he's a certified nutritionist. Actually, didn't start
Hey.
following me. He just liked my stuff. I'm getting a lot of likes, man, but it's a bunch of old pictures, so I don't think it counts. Like, this picture is 5 years old, so I don't think it counts.
I get a bunch of follows from fake accounts.
Hey, man, however you can do it, you know?
Well, the thing is, they'll follow me, they'll get my follower numbers up, and then they'll all get deleted, and then I'll go back down to like 85.
Yeah, welcome to Instagram. I'm sympathetic to your plight. Okay, so today we have an email from our good friend Rory again. We haven't heard from him in a while. The subject is Kiwi snake alarm.
Wow.
Oh.
I have not read this email, so let's see what happens. He
Okay.
says, "Hey, Archdukes of Spook.
Nice.
I'm still getting over being sick, so excuse me. So glad to have you guys back. It has been a lonely couple of weeks in podcast land without your familiar voices, which shine now brighter than ever. Except yours, Ashley. Sorry you're sick, and get better. It's true.
Rip.
One little thing. You guys keep alluding to things like bad news and unfortunate events. Real ominous things like that going on with you guys. I know it's none of the listeners' business to know your personal stuff, but you have got to understand the suspense those illusions put people in. Everyone listening was just thinking about the bad news that Matt got, or what the bad news Matt got could be. And again, none of our business, but just thought I would mention that in case we're all feeling a little bit vulnerable upon recording.
Oh, sorry about that. I don't mind saying
He's
it.
pregnant.
Yeah.
Sorry, I told everyone.
Leave it at that. It's a situation. I
Yeah.
was unhappy by it. And
Yeah.
I'm
He was just
taking-
bummed out.
Yeah, so I'm taking care of it. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
it'll be fine.
yeah.
All right. He says, I also want to say that I would truly enjoy a cast on the movies. Oh, a podcast. Oh, are we saying cast now? Like an episode? Do we say cast instead of episode now?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Get Izzy in there too.
Give me a
Wait, didn't
cast.
we literally say that?
Yeah.
So
Hilarious.
anyway, it's movies.
You guys together make it work so well. The humor and insight that you all offer for a subject makes a great listen. So get the popcorn and drinks and let's hear about the movies you guys are watching. Wow, that actually really worked out because
Yeah.
we just tore apart glass.
Yeah.
So can I just say Men in Black was awesome and it truly holds up.
It does.
Absolutely.
And
It's
I love all of the sort of animatronics and you know
The practical effects.
yeah, the practical effects and things like that. I
Yeah.
love it.
The CG holds up even better. Why does La Llorona need to be in the Conjuring universe? It makes no
doesn't.
sense.
It doesn't.
I think it's
What
just
the-
because James Wan wants to do it.
No.
Like, he was like, oh, I want to make
James
this movie.
Wan.
And then he was like, well, I'm not going to get the money for it unless it's part of the Conjuring universe.
Unless it has some tangential reason.
Yeah.
Somewhere the woman who plays Mrs. Lorraine, whatever, shows up for
Warren.
half a second.
And probably she will.
Yeah, she'd be like, that woman.
She's
It's
Mexican.
Kane.
Cursed.
All right. I know she wasn't the woman from Poltergeist, okay?
It's
Wait, was she?
It's The
No,
woman
that's
that
not her.
plays.
That's not her.
Oh no, I don't think so. I don't know.
The-
It's not her, but I didn't know if she was supposed to be a character based on her.
Oh, maybe.
Okay, so in your absence, I had to revert to some subpar podcasts.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
And I was listening to a podcast about the Ouija board.
Oh,
I have always been told throughout my whole life not to go near Ouija boards
Same.
because parentheses, like you discussed on the previous episode with the Annabelle doll, it is inviting evil spirits in. As we discussed in previous episodes, I am a believer in the reality of the devil and evil spirits and possessions, things of that nature. So this idea, this idea that I should stay away from them made logical sense to me. But upon learning some of the history of the board, I'm not so sure. I think I know what he's about to get into.
Yeah.
Can I just say I also actually I don't know if I've ever been taught. I don't know if everyone ever said to me, if anyone ever has said I can't talk. Look, I don't think anyone's ever specifically told me don't go near a Ouija board.
Yeah.
They're bad.
Yeah.
I think I've seen it enough in movies, and I've seen like supernatural shows and stuff like that.
It's just a game.
And it's truly not. It's not a game, bruh.
Is that part of the Conjuring
And
universe?
Mattel makes them.
Yeah, I was gonna say I know for a fact that like Mattel makes the board.
You can get a
Yeah.
Ouija board at
Barnes and
Toys R
Nobles.
Us. Well,
the thing
wait,
is,
Toys R Us is
like
gone, never mind.
the board isn't the thing. The board is just cardboard. It's
Yeah.
just a plastic little piece of
Right.
plastic.
Right.
Like, the thing is, like, you're trying
To invite
willingly
something.
trying to contact spirits,
Right.
Which I think is the thing that like gets everyone hung up.
Yes.
And see, it's like the reason why I would not mess with the Ouija board is for the same reason why I would not put a pencil on top of a pencil and be like, Charlie, Charlie. You know, it's the
I totally forgot about
it's
that.
the
I don't
intention
remember
behind
that.
it. It was like big in high school.
Okay.
There was
Totally
a ton,
forgot.
like I know for a fact there's like several-
Charlie pencil nabber.
There was like several vines of people like, so you put like, I think it's like yes no or something like that.
Okay.
Or no yes no no yes, or I don't know, whatever. You put like answers, and then you put a pencil, and then a pencil vertical and a pencil horizontal, making like a T with the
Yeah.
and then you say Charlie, Charlie, if you're here.
Yes, Papa.
Yeah. Open mouth. But no, it's supposed to like move.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's-
Are you supposed to dance around it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so
I don't think that's actually what you're supposed to do. I think you guys are just humoring me.
I'm
no,
being
the
dead
dancing
serious.
is not a thing, but
No.
that's an actual
But the
thing.
Charlie
Yeah.
thing is
Okay.
Yeah. The Ouija board, as Rory says in his email, started out in the spiritualism movement in the mid to late 19th century, unsurprisingly, as speaking boards. Back then, mediums, he puts in quotes, were using all sorts of ways to communicate to the dead. Knocking noises, seances, vomiting / birthing strange objects / animal parts, etc.
What?
Interesting. Oh,
Yes.
so like going back to what is that place? The Curious Collection?
Yes,
Oh,
the Wild
yeah.
Collection.
The Wild Collection. They have like really old school like Ouija board-esque things
Yeah.
that were specifically designed so that like grieving mothers could try and contact their dead children.
Right.
Oh no.
Yeah. What was it? The grief dolls or whatever?
Oh yeah, those
Dolls that they would have curated to look
Yeah.
like their baby
Yeah.
to help them grieve.
Which
Which makes sense. That's still around.
I totally understand it, but no.
He says they were doing some really weird stuff back then to communicate with the dead. And after the Civil War, the U.S. Civil War, 1861 to 1865, for our international friends, thank you, I appreciate that. There were a lot of people, fathers, brothers, and sons, especially in the South, that went out to fight and just never came back. Super sad. Vanished in the shadows of the battle. Wow. Vanished in the shadows of the battle.
very poetic.
Yeah, that was really good. I like that. No goodbyes, no letters, no nothing. You can imagine people were clamoring for closure. Absolutely. And I'm not saying they were all phonies, but there were many mediums, in quotes, that were happy to take people's money to tell them that their missing family members were chilling happily on the other side. True. It is actually a pretty easy sell, if you ask me. True. Yeah, absolutely. Yes.
Yeah.
Grief can cloud your judgment and cause you to find patterns or signs in many things. And if you really want to hear something, you just might pay someone to tell it to you on those in those grief-stricken times. It's very true. Don't even get me started on the racket that is the funeral industry. Ugh, that's a total sidebar.
Yeah.
So the speaking board, in quotes, was one of the tools that the mediums would use to have the dead communicate to them. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I think at this time the concept of evil malevolent ghosts hadn't really permeated the culture at the time. I'm not entirely sure, man. I don't know.
Evil malevolent ghosts?
I don't know. Sure, the phantoms were mysterious and spooky, but the dead with which they communicated at the time seemed to be mostly providing information, not possessing people or throwing them across rooms or killing them. That's true.
Well, I mean, like Mac was saying earlier, like the Gaelics had the banshees and stuff like that.
Well,
like,
yeah, I think evil spirit. I think specifically for the Ouija board, it wasn't this demon is communicating with me and wants to come into my body and possess me or whatever.
Yeah.
But as time went on, the Ouija board became a tool not just for mediums, but anyone. It wasn't hard to write out the alphabet, a yes, a no, and maybe a couple other symbols, and then ask a couple questions to the ether, and wait for an answer with your hands on the planchette.
And don't forget the smiling moon.
True.
And the sun.
Around 1890, a smart man started commercializing it and made a boatload of money selling these things to everyone who wanted to speak to the dead, which was pretty much everyone because everyone knew a dead person. In 1901, another man started making them under the same name, Ouija. Supposedly, he got the name from asking the board itself, what it should be named, and produced OUIJA, pronounced Ouija. There's also another thing that apparently it's an Egyptian word.
Oh.
Yeah. But I can't remember what the Egyptian word is supposed to stand for.
The Egyptian god of cardboard and...
Oh, my lord.
Asking dead people stuff.
Yes. So for a long time, it was a fun parlor game. One thing I thought was interesting was that it was often used in courtship because it purportedly worked best when done with two people sitting knees to knees with the board on their laps in front of them. In an era when it was not appropriate to touch the opposite sex to the extent we do now, this was a perfect opportunity for a boy to get some sweet knee-on-knee action.
Yeah.
And maybe if he's lucky, get to touch her fingertips a little bit on the planchette. Oh, yeah. Bow, chicka, wow. Norman Rockwell even created a picture of this very thing.
What?
I need that.
There's a Norman Rockwell painting of a Ouija board?
We need that in this house right now.
Okay.
The look on this young man's face is a little disturbing and explains why they shouldn't have been touching knees at the time. Oh, here's a picture of it. Oh my gosh, I gotta look at it now.
Baby.
Oh my lord, that's not what I thought it was gonna be. Oh no.
He's a little too eager.
Ew. McAnally. No. Ew. Okay, this is gonna be the first picture on our new Instagram once it gets up. This picture is horrifying, and not because they're using a Ouija board. He said it was kind of funny that as these boards became popularized, the mediums started to hate them and claim they didn't work because people could now use a Ouija board to communicate to their loved ones instead of needing to pay a medium to organize a seance and communicate to the dead through knocking or whatever form of communication they cooked up. I have never used one and probably never will. I'm not superstitious, but like Michael Scott, I am a little stitious, true. But there are a lot of testimonies to the veracity of the board. And they may not be wrong. It has been explained to work through the idiometer. Idiometer?
Does it detect idioms?
Effect, which is basically an unconscious movement that is so small that it is an imperceptible, deliberate motion to the individual. It could be a reflexive action as well. A lot of people have tried to say it works certain ways, but I still don't think there is a consensus on it. So the best that I can tell, the Ouija board had remained an innocent way to communicate with loved ones until one particular event occurred. It appeared in the movie The Exorcist, which I have never seen, and I don't really want to see it because I think it'll be too much for me.
Yeah.
Really?
I don't care if people think like you're not a real paranormal person or like horror fan or whatever if you don't see it. Screw you guys. I'm not going to watch it.
That bad?
I've seen clips and it's like,
All right.
do you want me to tell you what I've seen?
No.
I mean,
Okay, cool.
I've seen the movie, so
You've seen the movie?
yeah.
When she's like stabbing herself with the cross
Yeah.
and a certain part of her body?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's disgusting and horrifying and I don't want to see it.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Great.
All right.
Anyway, in which it implied that she had played with the Ouija board alone and invited evil spirits and brought upon her possession. That idea may have existed previous to this movie, but again, I don't think it had mainstream consciousness until that Christmas blockbuster goes right along with Christmas time being a part of the ghost stories.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, true.
You know that movie was written by a medium, right?
What? Shut up. Let's see.
that,
Launched into the
Ouija
world
board.
on December 26th, 1973.
Oh.
And from there, it spiraled out of control to today, where Ouija is almost synonymous with evil spirits.
Yeah.
I'm sure the recent movies like Ouija, I haven't seen it, haven't helped his image. Which
Yeah.
the quote that you said earlier, "It's just a game," is from that trailer. We never watched it because it's freaking stupid.
I've seen it. It's bad.
Is it? There you go.
Let me guess, you watched
Exactly.
it with your parents?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. And she's like, and that's why we don't have a Ouija board. That's it, kids. Everybody sit around for this informational video.
Now let's watch Hansel and Gretel. A true classic.
He has diabetes.
He does.
Although it looks like the Parker brothers, or whoever owns the rights to it now, Mattel, I think, has leaned into the evil idea with their board design. Also, you can buy like a Ouija board that's designed for little girls. So it's like pink and purple with flowers
Ouija and friends.
and stuff like that. Yeah. Let's see. The modern board looks a little antique, and worn down like something old and mysterious as seen in your local supermarket. I don't know if there's a word for something that is new but made to look old, but there should be. That's true. Well, shabby chic is one, but that's not what that is in this case. Anachronistic? No. Anyways, I thought that was interesting and wanted to know what you guys think of the Ouija board. Have you or would you use one? No.
I don't know if
No
I've
and
used
no.
one.
Do you think they're legit?
I think part of what I believe has to do with like the energy and what you're attempting to do or inviting. So I think that if I truly believed, I think that this goes back to that study I talked about the guy that prayed over the water and then froze it and then like yelled curses at the water. So he had like regular water, blessed water, and cursed water, and they legit showed up as different forms of frozen fractures when he did it. So it's my honest belief that if the right person it's the same thing that you look at with like hypnotism.
Yeah.
If you go into it willingly,
Yeah.
and you get like a stick and you're like, this is a dowing rod,
Yeah.
I have the belief that in some cases that it very well could work. So me personally, I would never screw around with two pencils doing Charlie Charlie. I would never screw around with
You would never do blue baby blue?
heck no. I'm not gonna get no heavy baby in my hands.
It's so heavy.
Oh, the baby. But no, yeah. So I do think that it's a doo-doo piece of board, and I think that like if you're just like, oh hey, is Bill Cosby here, and then you move it to yes,
Yeah.
He's not dead yet.
and he's like, I escaped from the prison.
Oh no.
Like no, I don't think that's a thing. But
Yeah.
I think that if someone like was like really negatively charged and did something like that, I wouldn't put it past them, and that freaks me out. So no, I would never. Yeah,
I do feel like you get out what you put in with stuff like that. So if you go in thinking like this could be creepy, you might
You might get a little
experience
spooked,
something that you think is creepy, but I don't know.
I don't know if you can communicate to loved ones and things like that, just dead people, using a Ouija board. I'm not entirely sure my theology that I hold really lines up with that. What I do believe, though, is that you can open up yourself to evil things.
Yep.
I absolutely believe in evil things, and I think that the Ouija board can open you up to that, and you can invite it in without realizing it. There's a super creepy story, so it's legit creepy. I think about it sometimes, and I can't sleep at night.
Okay.
So prepare yourself. So I talk about the podcast, and that's why we drink a lot. And they have specific episodes instead of like what I do, which is I read an email at the end of every episode. They'll have listener stories. And so one listener story, this girl wrote in, and she and a friend decided to start, they were teenagers and decided to get into like occult stuff because they're bored and...
Yeah. And they're goth.
That's probably goth as well. Yes, a lot of Nine Inch Nails, a lot of Evanescence. Evanescence, as my dad says. I love Evanescence. That Amy Lee. Anyway, so they like buy this Necronomicon, which is like not even a real book, correct?
I don't
Correct?
believe so. No.
It was created by H.P. Lovecraft for his stories.
Right, exactly. And they buy like other occult books and things, and then they also buy a Ouija board, and they play with the Ouija board, and they get freaked out. I think like a hat moves or something. Like something happens in their session with the Ouija board, and they get freaked out, right?
Yeah.
So this girl starts experiencing things, like hearing things, seeing shadows, whatever, in her house. And then one night, she's sleeping, right? It's nighttime. She has a sister. She starts hearing her sister scream her name. Like, she's like, let's call her, give me a name. What should we call her?
Ashley.
Don't call it, no, don't say that, no!
Shaylee.
Becky.
Shaylee. Becky, okay, cool. She's like, Becky, stop it, stop. Becky, what are you doing? And the girl, Becky, is just like in her room, doors closed, she's sleeping.
Yeah.
So her sister's screaming at her. She's like, what the heck? She goes into her sister's room. She like opens, or the door's open, opens the door, whatever, lights are off. She turns on the light, and her sister was like, she turns on the light, and her sister stops and looks at her, and she's like, what? And like, Becky's like, what did you want? And her sister's like, you were just on the ground crawling at me, and I was telling you to stop.
I remember that story, yeah.
Yeah.
It's creepy.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, so I think maybe they like blessed the house and they did sage and stuff like that. And so there you go. That's one Ouija board story that I have heard. That's secondhand.
Yeah.
But still exactly the story.
Yeah.
Many other stories I'm sure are around. And
if you have a Ouija board story, tell us about it.
I feel like we've told a Ouija board story before.
You know, I mean, like,
that's gonna mess him up.
you can just keep it.
So, yeah, dude, I don't know. I feel like you could just open stuff up and it's not good.
Yeah.
You know? Anyway, he says, it just opens up a lot of questions for me. Like, if the dead could communicate to the living, would they do it using a Ouija board? I guess it's just I guess it's just, oh my goodness. I guess it's as good a method as any other. There we go. There's that sentence. A little more precise than knocking on the front door. I'm sorry, more knocking on the floorboard with a Morse code-like language. Why can some just appear to people and others have to use things like Ouija boards? I think that theory would be energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of energy the thought is it takes a lot of energy for a spirit to present itself.
Yeah.
Or a spirit to turn on a light or to move something or something like that.
Yeah.
I think that's the thing. Are some stronger than others or have more ghost points that will allow them to haunt different ways?
Yeah.
Again, energy, I think.
If the three of us were to somehow explode right now in a fiery death,
and I'm close to it because it's so hot in this room.
Absolutely confident that I would be able to move stuff. You two would probably be the sorry sacks that just say something every once in a while. Like, ooh. But I legit have such a strong willpower that these lights would... You're like, this guy!
You would be in the ceiling.
Yeah.
Looking down at people.
No, I feel like you would be there. That's it. I feel like someone would turn around and you would just be standing and staring off to the distance.
Staring off.
You know, or like they would open the bathroom door and you're just sitting on the toilet.
Yeah. You would be the naked guy that you thought you saw at your old house.
No!
I am the naked guy.
He never told us it was a mirror.
Oh, no.
No,
Anyway.
I would legitimately just like turn on people's Alexas and play Old Town Road.
Of course he would. Can you You guys, he can't stop listening to the song. He won't stop
I
bringing it
don't
up.
listen to the song.
I put on the
Don't
song
put that
anytime.
evil
I
on
put
me.
on the song anytime he brings it up
I
because it's
think
stuck
it's
in my head. Anyway.
hilarious.
It's so dumb.
I got the horses in the back.
He literally, in the dust on the back of my car, drew a horse
In the
because
back.
I've got the horses in the back. Yes. Anyway,
Ouija.
let's see. He says, anyways, when I die, parentheses, not anytime soon. Someone knock on wood. We're not superstitious, but we're a little stitious.
Can't reach it.
We did it for you, Rory. Blah, 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 blah. I am going to haunt you all. Wow.
Okay.
Especially you, Chris. He says, you've earned it.
Yeah.
You earned it.
Because you're a
Ba-da-da-ding.
non-believer.
Ba-da-ling. You got your haunted point, your haunted star.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so you're going to get haunted.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. And hopefully I have enough ghost points to make actual physical contact. Excuse me. Boundaries, please. He says, parentheses, Ghostbusters, and scare the crap out of Mac.
Yeah. You have to be a level 5 ghost to move anything though.
He
You're going
says,
to get ghost punch, boy.
Ghost punch.
I will.
can you punch through dimensions and through realms?
Oh.
I'm working on it.
That's what he's doing at night.
Oh.
He says, thanks for waking up 20 years later and firing up the mics. Good to have y'all back. I'll let you know when I'm in town. Awesome. And I'll take you guys to lunch or something.
Ooh.
Oh, free lunch, free lunch, free lunch.
I'm so poor.
He says, peace. Rory, the spaz of ectoplasm stuff.
Oh.
I like it.
Yeah.
It's funny.
We'll take you to lunch, Rory.
Yeah.
We'll do it.
I'll take you with,
By the way,
with the podcasting money.
well, I guess, I don't know. We have birthdays coming up, so
We are
we'll get in
just
contact with you. Rory.
Swimming.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're swimming in something.
Wow.
Sewage.
Sewage.
Ever since that pipe broke.
Oh, no. All right, look, you guys. Thanks so much for joining us. This was awesome. It was a lot of fun, and we're just having a good time.
And we're all sticky and hot.
You are wearing flannel pajama pants, and McNally is wearing a hoodie. And I don't know how you guys are doing it.
I would be pantsless right now.
Truly.
Don't make me the excuse. You know
Truly.
that's not true.
Ew. All right. He's got the horses in the back, if you know what I mean. Anyway, so we are on iTunes, on Apple Podcasts, on Stitcher, we're not on SoundCloud, on YouTube, on Spotify. I will resolve the Instagram thing. I'll resolve the Facebook thing now that we know. Yeah, dude. So look out for us and subscribe to us however you can and share us however you can because yeah, I want to quit my job and I want to do this because it's a lot of fun.
Wouldn't that be
Help me
nice?
quit my job. Help me quit my job, please.
And we
It's
can make
killing
it so
me.
big that I could even quit my job. Cut that.
We could do that. We love you guys and stay spooky and do God's missions as my favorite murder would say.
It do be like that sometimes.
And watch your backs.
And sometimes like that it do be.
Watch your backs.
What?
Like the ska.
Oi, 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 oi.
So we're done?
Oi,
Good.
oi.
Oh,
All right.
not
I
yet.
guess. Bye, guys.
Oh, I don't. Oh, you clicked. You
He
clicked.
doesn't want to say bye to you guys.
Wow.
Sayonara.
Oh, jeez. You're falling asleep. Mac is talking in the background. But that doesn't matter. Your eyes are getting heavy. And your mind is going to sleep. That was some expert beatboxing.
Boot.
Boots.
Gosh,
Boots.
dang it.
Oh, yeah. You must be hitting some deep REM sleep right now. You hear that breeze coming through the crack in the door? There's a tiny little cat outside that door, scrunching her face underneath the door, telling you to wake up. But you just ignore that cat. You ignore that demon cat. She don't need no food. She's just fine. And you're fast asleep.
She's like, excuse me?